I'm saying that if you can commence the activity that we commenced, it will be good. Akwesi Anas.
Sir.
Yeah, so I'm saying that start all over. Let's start all over.
Okay, sir. Yes, I'm Akwesi Abdullahi Anas, and I'm with Ghana Boundary Commission as administrative assistant, sir. And I'm the current class rep, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, Vivian. Hello, Vivian.
Hello.
Hello, Vivian.
Actually, health service as a finance officer.
Okay, so if Vivian is not ready, let's hear from Ofori Ayerebi.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
I'm Ofori Mike. Yes, I'm Ofori Michael. I'm with a law firm and also a manager please.
What do you manage?
Yeah, I own a law firm.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't want us to come to that law firm, right?
Oh, no.
Because you don't live in abstraction. If you own a law firm, this is a platform you should even be marketing your law firm. Don't you think so?
Okay, so we are Blagoji and Co. at East Legon. Please do hear me.
Michael, I didn't hear what you said.
Yes, please. I'm with Blagoji and Co. Yes, at East Legon, please.
Okay.
Yes, we offer legal services, consultancy, and everything.
Now I have to charge you. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, Serafina.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Serafina Opon. I work with Comsys Ghana Limited, and I'm with the customer service department.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
My name is Fancy Ted Ezekiel. I work as an expert services officer at Insight HR. We are located at Joulu.
Okay. Yeah. All right, sir. Lamptey, I don't know your first name. Major. Is the Major a title or it is your name?
Yeah, thank you very much and good afternoon. Major is my friend. So I'm Major Lamptey. I'm working with the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So you don't want us to know what you do, right?
Okay, I'm a manager with one of the units called Aeronautical Information Services.
Aeronautical Information Services. Okay,
yes.
That's it. All right. Owusu Enoch.
Yes, sir. I'm Owusu Enoch, and then I'm with AIW Agency, producers for the National Drama Company of National Theatre. We are into theatre productions for schools, basic schools.
Oh, okay. All right. Theatre. Great. All right, Philip.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. My name is Philip Posey Mensah, and I work as a procurement officer at Cargill Ghana Limited.
Cargill.
Yes, sir.
I think I have 2 students who have passed through my hands in Cargill. One is a fear and one is forgotten the name.
Yeah, I think I know if yeah.
A fair lady who is with your procurement department. So if you are with the procurement department, then you should know her.
If yeah, I know if yeah.
Yes, she did an undergrad with us, and then the other person did a master's. I remember vividly teaching her at the master's level. Yeah,
Would that be Rachel?
Rachel. She
Yeah.
left?
She's no longer with Cargo.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so thank you so much, Philip. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you too.
Sarah.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Sarah Estinam Dugba. I'm with Ghana TVS Service as a supply officer.
Okay, Sarah, thank you. You're most welcome to our class. All right, Abdul. Abdul, you're muted. Kindly unmute.
I'm Abdul Rashid, a freelance researcher with Innovation for Poverty Action.
Come again, please.
A freelance researcher with Innovation for Poverty Action, IPA, Ghana.
Oh, okay. Great. Thank you. Enoch. Enoch.
Enoch the same as Owusu Enoch. And I did mine already.
All right. Okay. Yes, okay. All right. Thank you. The theater guy, right? Okay. Isaac Gar.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Isaac Ghana Health Service, procurement officer.
Isaac Gar, kindly let's see you, okay?
I'm having problem with my camera, that is why.
Now you're showing us your tiles. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can show us, it's fine. You can take it off. And then Ghana Health Service, what? Where? Ghana Health
Okay.
Service. Ghana.
Mampong. Yeah, Mampong. Epiapin Health Direct.
Okay. When you are doing presentations, you'll be expected to show your face and present. So kindly fix your camera or something.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So yeah, so very much welcome to our class for today. We're going to look at more or less an introductory session, which indeed would speak to the matter of logistics management. I'm very sure that with the kind of experiences you have looking at the work that you do, you have come across what logistics is all about. So who can share with us what, in their own view, from whatever they've read and know what logistics is all about?
Yes, sir.
Also, go ahead.
Yeah. In my own words, talking about logistics, you are talking about the movement of products or materials in their right quantity from a particular place to its destination or the delivery point where it should be. So also at the right time. So the movement of all these materials, products, yes, that's what logistics is about.
All right, so that's a good try. Any other? Yeah, that's a good try. Any other? Kagyo, you from where you sit, you should know. The supply, Sarah, what are you saying? That's what you do, so tell us. Okay, so let me say this, that in my class, everybody talks, okay? And so it's not as if the class is for some people. It is for all of us. Everybody has to share their thoughts in our class. We're going to have a discussion. It's more like a discussion than, the typical lecturer or the lecture bit that you know. Okay, it's very interactive, and so kindly start wearing your cap, your discussion cap, because that's what we're going to do. Okay, so yes, logistics. I'm sure you read something before coming to class. So tell me, what did you read? Major. Hello, Major.
Okay, so from my point of view, I would say it is the movement of goods and services from one point to the other for use.
Very well. Movement of goods from one point to the other for use. Okay, great. But Major, you agree with me that before there's any movement, there has to be some activities before the movement happens, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So what are some of the activities?
So you control, you put, you plan, you control certain things before you ensure that they are moved efficiently from one point to the other.
Fantastic, fantastic. So the things that you plan, what are some of the things that you need to plan about? This is not just to you, but everyone. But I mean, you are the one I'm speaking to.
So maybe one of the things, like you plan how to ensure that the goods are or get to the point of use or point of consumption effectively without any risk to say, or without any issues.
So it means that before you move goods from one point to the other, what you consider is about the risk management or the risks associated with the movement.
Yes, sir.
And so then you plan around it by ensuring that you have what we call risk responses. So you identify the risks in there and then you plan for the risk. You see? Is that not the case, Major?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Okay, yes, Isaac, you want to say something?
Yeah. It's the movement of goods, the information flow, vehicle allocations, and fuel allocation, and the human resource, which is the driver in the movement of goods and service from one point to other locations.
Okay.
And in addition, in logistics management, you have to also consider the storage or inventory management or warehouse, because the goods is coming from a warehouse and then coming to a loading before moving to one destination to the another.
Okay. Very good. So it means that all that has to be considered before loading any goods onto any vehicle or any mode to be
Yes.
used. Okay, that's a good one. Yes. Yes, any other?
Yes,
Abdul.
Yes,
logistics, it ensures that the right product reaches the right place at the right time, in the right quantity, and at the right cost, sir. That is my view, sir.
Okay, so for you at the right cost, at the right time, and all that, that's also very good. So it means that you need to be able to plan how the products are going to move. But you see, if you are planning with consideration of the quantities, the type of product that you want to move, it means that you want to be able to correlate how that is supposed to be done with the nature
Yes, sir.
of goods that you are trying to move from one point to the another. So it means that there are several things that goes into you being able to move it from one point to another. Okay. Yes, Abdul. Thank you, question. Abdul, are you with us? Okay. Philip, your hand is up.
yes. So I just wanted to give an example concerning this, how logistics plan before they deliver. So let's say a company sells bottled water. Logistics will plan how much water to produce, where to store it, which trucks will deliver this bottled water, which routes the trucks will use, and also when the delivery should reach its customers. All this come in together before even the movement is done.
Okay, so another thing that I will add is that when it even gets there and they are supposed to return some, that is also planned for. Do you get my point? It
Yes,
gets
sir.
there, in effect, it gets there, it's insufficient. It gets there, it's more than the quantity. So how it returns to the company is also planned for. Okay, so that's
Okay.
why logistics, we are saying that it is the forward and backwards movement of goods, services, funds, information, okay, from a point of origin to the point of what? Consumption. But you can only do that when you have planned and you're also controlling and you are monitoring and evaluating the entire process. Because without planning, like you have just said, without planning the transport, without planning how you're going to move and all those things, there's nothing that can happen. And then without also controlling what is going on, I mean, especially with information, you can't do anything without controlling what information is channeled to who. Okay, the right information has to be channeled to the right people or the right officers to be able to indeed move the goods from one point to the other. For example, you're moving goods from Ghana to Jamaica. Look at the number of hurdles you have to take. Sometimes you need to probably, you fly it to a point, you may have to either fly it again or even put it on the ship or a boat. And these are all have to be planned for, and it's also means that whatever contractual agreement that you have had with the organization concerned has to be adequately understood by both parties. And so there's something called Incoterms that guides that activity, Incoterms. So these are all very, very important things that we need to consider as far as logistics is concerned. Because your main concern in logistics is how to move products, especially from one point to another, and even the forward and backward movement aspect of it. So these are the things that are very, very salient as far as logistics is concerned. But I see, I'm sure that you have also realized that there are some logistical activities that typically happens in any environment. Ofori, you want to share your thoughts?
No, sir.
You don't. Michael, you don't want to share your thoughts. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think what we just spoke about is being clear. So I think you were making a point. That's why I said no, sir, because every point has been clearly been made here.
Has been cleared. Oh, okay. So I'm
Yes.
saying that there are some logistics activities that typically happens, if you want to move products from one point to another. Does any cross your mind?
Okay, so the activities that involve in those processes when a goods is being transported, normally we check on how it's being packaged, the packaging.
Okay, great. The packaging.
Yeah, the packaging. Then also
why the packaging?
The end user must have a fully interest in what he or she is getting. And packaging also play a good role in that form. Yes, so that's what I mean by packaging.
Okay, so you are packaging it for it to look good in the eyes of the consumer?
Yes.
Okay, and you package it to also inform the consumer as to how they should handle the product, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so it comes with enough information for the consumer to apply by.
Very well. And you package to also make it convenient for the consumer to handle it, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
But
And also
the packaging aspects.
Kwesi, if you want to come in, kindly raise your hand so that we bring you in.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then we want to be able to package so it can be, it can enhance easy movement such that it is protected. The product in there is protected, isn't it, Ofori?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. But does packaging also show whether a product has been paid for or otherwise?
So let me use a product I bought from Walmart. So an iPhone being shipped to a friend. comes with a packaging whereby with the packaging, not the phone itself, the phone with its box is already in a packaging box, where the packaging box comes with a label indicating how the package will be transported from one end to another. So there was a QR code on the box where you scan, there's enough information being provided there. So this is how the packaging is being done. But to the product itself has its own packaging and manual in it that gives you enough information about the product.
Very well. Very well. Very well. So if, for example, okay, so Safina, come in.
Okay, so with the planning, I was thinking maybe customs clearance. You could also consider customs clearance. For instance, if you are to export the goods to a customer who is outside like the country, you have to consider the destination country's customs clearance. If the items you are exporting is allowed in um, in the country, and if it's going to be released to an individual or it will be only accepted for companies, and if the company are even delivering the goods to has the proper documentations to receive the items.
Very well, very well, very well. I think that's also a very good factor to consider during the planning stage. There are several things apart from this that goes on in the end. You know, custom clearance is one of the key factors if you want to export or even import into a particular jurisdiction. Yes. Okay, great. Yes, Akwesi, you wanted to say something.
Yes, sir. They were talking about the packaging aspect that I wanted to contribute a little in addition. Mostly packaging also deals with how fragile the product is and the method of packaging that will be given to it as well, and where the product is going. So this is what I wanted to add. But at the same time, we can also talk about legal aspects of the destination of the product. There are times when you are doing shipping or and sending the product to another country, you have to do background checks to know the laws, terms of that country, where it's going, whether that product is permitted over there. So this is what I also add to it. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I see. That's also a good point. So it boils down to custom clearance because then, of course, the country should be able to allow that product in. That's why you have to clear it from the customs bit. That's also a very good point to note. Yes, so any activities that indeed happens as far as logistics is concerned, I think that Ofori mentioned about packaging. And so we have seen the criticality of what packaging should entail. We are saying that it has to be convenient. Okay, it has indeed to protect the item. It should indeed have, some information that can be shared, can be understood, so that anybody who has it knows how to handle that particular product. Yes, Sarah.
Yes, please. So I want to also add up to the information around logistic management. So some informations like updating customers when you are moving and a goods or anything, tracking shipment of goods, and also managing both the customer and all the procedures on one platform for easy access, to be able to access easily, so that information can cut across so that every proceedings will be clear.
Very well, very well. So yours has to do with information sharing, adequate information sharing, that indeed all parties concerned will get to know about it. So like if you're shipping, and the shipping, the consignor, consignee, the shipping line, all of them have to know your packing list, all the items that you want to ship to another country. It has to be known by the shipping line, so that, and even the shipping agent, so that they can indeed know how to calculate your freight and all that, and also the appropriateness of the goods that are supposed to be shipped and all that would indeed come to bear when you have the requisite documentation. So what you're saying is indeed very much in line. Very well. Okay. Yes, any other, I'm talking about, if someone has mentioned packaging, any other activity? Don't you think transportation is in there? And what are you transporting? Aren't you transporting inventory? Should we be concerned about how it is distributed, the distribution strategy? Is it an activity? So let's think about it. Yes. So what else? Yes. Yes, Sarah.
I want to also add up of where and how you store the inventory, also how safe that will be. So I want to use my place as an example. So my post is an SHS, and we are under free SHS. So when suppliers call to supply goods to the schools, buffer stock, we are to give feedback on our storerooms. How safe is the place? And then the number of items that we can store in a particular room. Is it free or not exposed to rain or to rodents or animals? So I think where and how we will stock our items to is an activity we have to also consider in logistics management.
Exactly. So warehousing is key. Okay, so effective warehousing and how the warehouses, the layouts are made, where to place what, the requisite temperature ranges for particular products, so you can avert spoilage, and again, to be able to control some of these pests and all that you're talking about. How effective your housekeeping should be, safety measures in the warehouse. Again, you have to look at the warehouse costs, as well as the various accoutrements that are required inside the modern warehouse, especially when it comes to safety. And then the safety measures that have been put in place in the warehouse. What are the segregations? Where are the entry points and exit points? And we have areas where you can bring bulk, etc., etc. All these around the warehouse is important. And who mans the warehouse is also very, very critical. Okay, what is allowed in, what is allowed out, the various documentations that one will have to look out for before allowing any product to come out of the warehouse are all crucial, okay, in ensuring operational efficiency. So that's a very good one. We've spoken about packaging, we've spoken about warehousing. Anybody to add anything to the warehousing? Yes, Philip.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about documentation.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so when it comes to documentation, we look at the delivery notes that would accompany the package, where internally there has to be various checks before the goods move out. And then when the customer also receives the package, a portion where he'd also sign to confirm they've received the product. Also the invoices and then the permit that follows through. Because sometimes when goods are purchased, the the buyer would actually wait for the invoice on the day of delivery. Then he would know that okay, this quantity and this price, and it confirms the amount on the invoice before even payment can be done.
Mm,
Yeah. So documentation also plays a role in the logistics.
exactly. That's a very good point raised. With regards to documentation, yes, it is important that we document right from the word go. Every activity has to be documented, especially with warehouse issues. Because if one is not careful, there can be pilferage and all in the warehouses. So it beholds that there it beholds that that aspect is adequately considered. Okay, that aspect is adequately considered. So it's very, very important that we look at it. Yeah, very important that we look at it. Yeah, so any other? Apart from that, I also mentioned about transport. You have to transport it from one point to the other, isn't it? The movement is about transportation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what about transport?
Okay, so with transport, we first look at the loading and then the unloading, where because before you can even transport, the goods have to be loaded in the truck. You have to look at the conditions of the truck as well, and then the mode of transport, whether you are going to use the sea or the land or air. You have to also take that into consideration. Also, the safety and the security of the goods too has to be is also very important when it comes to transport. How secure and protected these goods are in the truck or whatever means you are using. Because when it comes to even with hazardous products, there need to be escorts and other security procedures that you have to follow before you can even transport such items to. And then the routes that you would use when you actually see the route that these trucks would use. This is the little I know about the transportation.
Yeah, I think that you are very much on point. The route is very important. The mode is also very important. It's significant to understand that there are several types of modes. You have the sea, you have the transport, the road, you have the air, you have the pipelines, you have the inland waterways like the one at the front plains, okay, and the likes. Okay, all these are areas that you can indeed explore and more or less move products through. But of course, it depends on the type of products that you're talking about. Because for pipelines, you're looking at what? Gaseous substances like gas. You can also talk about using, passing oil through all these tunnels or pipelines. Like we have the West African pipeline, gas pipeline, all those things. Yes, they are very important to be used. And if you want to fly, yes, what are the conditions under which a product can be flown from one point to the other? Okay, so sometimes you have to look at the cost involved as well. Okay, and the extent of what documentation. If you are flying goods, look at how the stringent measures that you have to go through before you're able to move those things and the quantities that can be flown around. All these are things that you need to plan for, look out for before any movement is done. Yes, Anas. I think I saw Anas, your hand up, oh?
I wanted to add a little to the transport issue. It was under the transport, before transport is done, they are trying to take into consideration this and the method. If the product are fragile, then that is where how in the package they take into consideration which type of transport that you used in doing the transport of that goods. This is what I also wanted to add to it. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so with transport, there are several things that you need to indeed consider. Yeah, and amongst which you have indeed mentioned quite a few. It's also prudent that okay, you look at the level of service that is required because you see, that's why major, why do we have first class, second class, and third class in the airline industry? It's major.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, the question again.
I'm saying, why do we have various classes in the airline industry? First class, second class, business class.
So all these classes goes with it goes with some amount of services and then privileges. So depending on your class or where you are coming from, you opt for a particular class.
Very well. So it presupposes that the level of service is what determines the class in which you find yourself in. Whatever level of service that you require, it has to commensurate with the amount of money that you're paying. Okay, so the same happens in various industries, okay? All customers are not dumped into one category. There are different categories of customers. And in every setting, it applies. So you have your very key customers or your VIP customers. You can also have those who indeed are your customers, but you give very little attention to. And that is very important for for logistics. Yeah. Do you agree? Hello, do you agree?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so beyond the warehousing, beyond the packaging, beyond the, I think that one key activity that also has logistics or logistics minded of is customer service. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Or with logistics, we don't care about customer service.
Yeah, they
We
do.
do, sir.
Okay, kindly share your thoughts on that. You want to share your thoughts on that?
Yes, sir. I want to use my field as an example too.
Please
So,
use.
in an instance where buffer stock have called suppliers to supply to schools, some suppliers just don't call you to inform you that we are bringing this ahead. Some also come and just dump goods at your premises without your notice. An instant could be weekends when you are not at work. So they might tell you they have other supplies to do. So you as a customer receiving it, they just don't care. So I think customer service is key. How you communicate well with your customer will help in our logistics management. An instance two is one supplier also called that he came from Accra, but his truck got broken. So he will pick a taxi to convey the things, or you as a school will come and pick the things, then he pays for transportation. So this is a very detailed customer service experience. You've spoken to customers on conditions at which things are. Please, this is my little take on that.
Yes, I think this is awesome, very insightful, and very practical. And that is very good. A very good point that you have raised, because logistics has everything to do with customer service. The customer is king as far as logistics is concerned, because whatever value addition that you are ensuring that it happens, you are doing that because you want it to meet the needs of the customer. You exist because of the needs of the customer. So it's important that we put that into perspective, that customer service cannot be hidden. Customer service is a composite aspect that has to be cherished. Okay. And it is as a result of customer services that you have different segments or classes in the airline industry. Some will require some level of customer service. The highest level of customer service would be realized if you indeed utilize some of these airports and other places. All right. Yeah, still on customer service. Any other? Yes. Is this Serafina? Serafina, you just spoke, right?
Yeah, no, it was Sarah who just spoke, sir.
Oh, okay. So Serafina, go ahead.
Okay, so I would use my company as an example. So we provide internet service to companies, institutions, and then with the customers and with the customer service department, we are always visible and accessible to the clients every time, any day, through mail, phone calls, and then even on site. Once a while, we pass by their offices to just pay them a visit, and this has helped a lot. The TPOCs are very comfortable with us, and they are even able to alert us if their bosses want to like take a decision to use other internet service providers. By this, we are able to um, give them what they need, so that the offer doesn't leave our company. So customer service is very important in logistics. Once you know your customers, the needs of your customers, it's very difficult for them to leave you to go somewhere else.
Very well, very well, very well, very well. That's a good one. Typical example. Yeah, great. Yes, Philip.
Yeah, so a good customer service in logistics will be the the quick processing of orders. When you receive orders, how fast you process it, and then also you sending the customer updates on the shipment. Where nowadays some organizations use these softwares where you can track the shipments and where it has gotten to and which process it has gotten to. It gives the customer more information on the shipment. Also, trying to deliver the product on time. Because if you deliver a product and it delays, the customer might not be happy. And in the long run, they might even stop patronizing your company. So you need to ensure that the product always arrives on time and then also in the perfect condition so that you wouldn't have to incur another cost of maybe refunding or remanufacturing the product again and then sending it back. All these incur costs. So in logistics, you have to ensure that the product that you have in the warehouse when you are transporting it, they arrive at the customer's end in the right condition. Also, if there are any issues, any concerns the customer raises, you should be able to also resolve it promptly in order to avoid dissatisfaction from the customer.
I think that's also a very good one. Yeah, that's a great one. Worth considering. Yeah. Very, very good. Yes, any other with regards to customer service? All right. But then I believe that, when you want to place an order, the order processing process is also a very important logistical activity that has to be watched. Don't you think so?
Yes, sir.
Why? What we call order processing. Why? Yes, Sarah.
Say,
Mm-hmm.
okay. um, from my small understanding, order processing. So, for instance, we our school, I'm using an example whether I'm right. So we ordered for 50 cartons of mackerel to serve students for a month. So the other processing will be like getting the right product, then getting to my end, that will be the right place on time. Because if I process for the order to serve students with 50 cartons, then after 2 weeks before you are processing to bring them cartons of mackerel for me, then that means my order was not brought on time. I'm not sure of myself, but I'm just trying.
Come on, you're trying. You're trying. Please go ahead. You're trying. Yeah.
So order processing is key. To make sure things are brought on time. You place an order, it will come at a right time you want it, and then delivered to you too safely. I think that's my view.
Yes, and I think that your view is well articulated. Yes. So the other processing, basically, you're looking at the entire, before even the order is placed, what happens? What's the discussion that goes on? When the maybe the consumer calls the company, who answers? And does the person have the requisite competences, skills set to be able to articulate whatever it is that the customer is asking for? They have all the orders or product available, product that are available. Do they have it on their fingertips? Are they able to explain to them? And all that. So it means that right before the actual engagement, whatever happens pre has to be something that is attractive, has to be something that makes a lot of meaning, so that whoever it is that is wanting to indeed engage understands that, this is what I'm going in for. And because of this service that I've been given, then I need to indeed go there and then look at what other products that they have. So it's about ensuring that, there's adequate customer experience. Okay, because you see, you're dealing with other competitors within the market, and therefore the uniqueness with which you handle some of the situations becomes very, very important. Yeah, very, very important. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah. So what are we saying? We're saying that right from the word go, whoever is sitting there, so especially the receptionist. It's unfortunate that in most organizations, the least, I won't say intelligent, but the least persons are put at the entrance of these very fine companies. In other companies, you realize that there is the reverse. It is the very brilliant one who understands the company, who knows the products like nobody's business and all, who quickly grasps various concepts and all, is the one who the company may want to really ensure that they actually get exact product and services that there are. So it is very important that other processes is given that that light. I hope you get me.
Yes, sir.
I hope you get me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any additions? to that. Order processing. All right. So I guess we've spoken about transport, we've spoken about order processing, we've spoken about warehousing, we've spoken a little bit about packaging. We also had a little touch by looking at warehousing as well. Okay, but have we exhausted it? Have we exhausted the various activities in logistics? How about procurement? Do you think procurement should indeed be something that we should be thinking about? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think procurement is something we should look at in logistics.
Really? Why?
Because everything starts with the fulfillment of the need,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that when customers put in a request, a product, and let's say it is a manufacturing company, it is procurement that is going to pick up this specification, go and source for a supplier that can give us required raw materials to come process this request, the vendor. So if procurement does the right product, the right quantity, it transcends that product, which obviously goes back to the customer and then it is rejected because it doesn't meet the specification of the customer. So procurement plays a role in ensuring the products that are being transported are of the right quality.
All right. Yes, I think I agree, with you. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, procurement also plays a key role. Yeah, supply officer, what do you have to say? Do you think that it is worth knowing? Yeah, supply officer.
I think procurement is very key here because procurement decisions also affect all logistics costs. So it's very key. How I'm trying to process. Okay, so in case in my storeroom I'm to cater or take care of goods from buffer stock to take care of students for maybe a term.
Yeah.
Looking at my space, procurement have to come in. Maybe we will have to do extensions or purchases of larger shelves will be done. So I think procurement decisions in logistic management is key here. That's what I can say.
Very well, very well, very well, very well. Okay. Great, 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 great. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Serafina.
Can I please? I don't know. I have this example in my head. I don't know. I want to be sure if it's
Bring it
correct.
out. Bring it out.
Okay, so with where I work, the internet we provide, we are also sorry, our company also like purchases the internet from we have our own suppliers who supply the internet to us, and we buy it in bulk in our like ahead. So what we do is our customers, we have a clause in our contracts that you pay. We don't do after use. You pay for the service before we provide it. So for instance, we are entering July. You have to the invoice for July comes. You receive the invoice for July in June, and you make payment for it. And then also there's another clause. If you want to terminate your contract with us, you need to give us 3 months notice, and then you pay for that 3 months notice that you have given us. Reason being that we purchase the internet like ahead. We also purchase it ahead so that I don't know, it's like it doesn't finish before we also get it for you. So I don't know if it's the right example for considering like procurement in this, like considering that you're also procuring. I don't know if it's correct.
Yes, I mean, you are procuring, aren't you? You are considering various suppliers, and as a result of that, you choose one who should provide you with the requisite internet facilities. Just as others will also choose yours amongst others that they consider. Sure. Yeah, so for you want to chip in something.
Oh, yeah, what Safrina was saying, I think I really get the point, but I was trying to figure out with my water factory as to how uh, it's being done. So with procurement coming in, my factory is, you see, procurement will help me in purchasing of the bottles, the labels, and the materials in which I'll use for my water factory, whereby logistics will also be helping me with the transporting of the items to the customer. So, in all, you will see procurement is helping me with the sourcing and the acquiring of the goods, whilst logistics is also helping me in management of the storage of the goods and the service we meet my customer requirements. So, I am. This is what I think.
Yeah, so at some point, I mean, most definitely it is one of the things that you need to, look at. So I think it's very much on point. Yeah, very much on point. So that is indeed something worthwhile to look at. Okay. All right, so let's look at inventory. I mean, what you are carrying across from one point to the other is the inventory. Do we have to know anything about the inventory? Is it important at all?
Yes, sir. We're supposed to.
Tell me about it.
Yes, mostly say inventory, as you rightly said, moving a product from one place to another or a country to another. So what one supposed to put into consideration is, example, the product you are selling from your country to the next country, whether your product is permissible in that country. So you have to check the political aspect of it, because there are some products that may not be allowed into one country. Let's use example. If you are into production of pork and you are transport it to another country, let's check where I'm sending this product. Is it allowed? Is it consumed over there? When you put this into consideration before your production and the inventory aspect of it. So you have to put that mechanism in place to see whether it's allowed for transportation or inventory is taking place. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. That's also a good one. Yes, any other with regards to inventory? Inventory.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I think inventory is also relevant to logistics because you should know what maybe the company has stored or has in stock, being it maybe raw material, maybe being it work in process, maybe finished goods. And that will also inform logistics on how to transport these goods to their delivery points or to the customers. So I think we should know what we have in stock, and then we should know how it will be moved from the warehouse or the inventory to the doorstep or to the delivery point of the user department. Thank you.
Very well, very well, very well. That's also a good one. But okay, so now let's look at the linkages. How do we link logistics, inventory management with transport? Is there any linkage? When I say linkage, I mean, does inventory play a role in whatever transport there is that you may want to utilize?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think what you have in stock, that's the inventory, depends, it tells what transport you use. Let's assume that you're dealing with heavy duties or big stuffs. It will tell you the kind of truck you should work with or you should move the goods with. So if it's a packaged finished goods in small boxes, that one you can have a truck where you can pack them. But if let's say it's a machine, maybe heavy duty machines or something, there are bigger machines that transport them. So what you have in stock will inform you on what way of transport or that you should use.
Excellent. That's also great. Excellent. Yes, any other? Yes. Oh, inventory. Okay, so if he has spoken about inventory and transport, how about inventory and warehousing? Is there a link?
So inventory or your material handling and warehouse can also determine the type of transport you should use. Example is ABL, let me use February Limited. They have trucks that loads about 24 pallets. So if their inventory is less, they have mini trucks that also loads less than that in order to supply their products across Ghana. So it also determines the closing product at the warehouse. So when manufacturing is done and they have much inventory, they use larger trucks to convey the products from the warehouse to the customers. But when it's late, they ship it across the warehouses. So they also use mini bags in order to carry them in lower quantity, either being in 12 pallets or 14 pallets instead of the 24 pallets. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. I think that's also a good one. Great stuff to know. Yeah, so any other?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I would say warehouse supports inventory management decisions where information that comes from the warehouse concerning how fast items move will help decide whether to reorder stock or how much to order. Because if always there are goods moving faster, then probably they need to be reordering on time, and this information would help to know how much to order and then how less to order, so that you don't either overstock or understock.
Yeah, I think that that's also a good point. A good point worth considering. Yeah, that's also a good point worth considering. Okay, so I mean, again, beyond just the inventory and warehouse, the inventory and transport, how about inventory and distribution? Is there any link? Is there any link?
Yes, there's a link.
Yes, sir. There's a link, sir.
All right, let's share with us.
Inventory and distribution. Mostly, there will be a higher cost when the inventory is stuck or stored at the warehouse. Mostly when there's an easy flow, then the distribution becomes less and there's a less holding cost. But when the distribution is already inventory or holding cost is high, then the cost of manufacturing and production also goes higher. Maybe a little high. Thank you.
Looks like your line is very faint.
Yeah, okay. I mean, when there's a inventory hold cost, it increases warehouse cost. Or when an organization produces and is stored at the inventory, it increases holding cost. But when they produce and it goes out easily, then the holding cost becomes less.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So with this introductory session, we have looked at what logistics is all about. We have also tried to understand more or less an explanation of what it is. We have looked at some components of logistics, looking at the various activities that, happens within the logistics arena, like the inventories, the transportation, order processing, distribution, amongst our information sharing, amongst others. We've also tried to look at what each one of them, at least some introductories, what they bring to bear and all that. And also, we have also seen that there are some linkages. We talk about inventory and transport, talk about inventory and warehousing, talk about packaging and even warehousing, packaging and distribution. All of them are interlinked, and that makes it all interesting. So what I'll do is that I've got some notes. I'm going to share it with you. The course outline as well. I'm going to share it with you. And then we then can indeed start looking at our slides from the next time we meet, so that we can go through the slides and then look at a few details with regards to logistics management. Any questions, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Enoch.
Just going through your your recent questions that you made us discuss. I would like to know what's the link between also distribution and then transport. Looking at distribution and then transport, are they similar? Are they the same? I just want to know the links.
Okay, so you want to look at how best you can distribute through a particular mode. And there's definitely a link between distribution and transportation. So you look at how convenient it is to traverse within a particular geographical area. Because to distribute means that you want to really meet customers within particular settings. And so what level of service is it that the customer is looking out for as far as the distribution is concerned? And again, if there are distribution centers scattered across the country, would it be prudent that you select particular mode to more or less transport goods from one point to the other? What will be the route being selected for such an activity? Again, what if you should take, for example, if it is what trucks can get the work done faster? Is it that you're going to choose minivans to do that? If that is what works well, and if you should consider the fuel situation all is well, then why not? If it is that you need to use a bigger van, again, it all depends on how you have planned for this distribution. Again, how you distribute is also very important, because then which areas are you looking at? Some years back, I used to work with a pharmaceutical firm which decided that, okay, for Greater Accra, it's going to be divided into 4. So from Osu all the way to Tema was 1. And then if you should take from 37 area all the way to Adenta and those Medina and all those areas was also 1. And then if you should take the Alajos or from Circle all the way to before Kaswa and that end, so through Dansuman and all those places, Kanshi and Co. That was also 1. And then if you should take the Pantines, the Aimesas, and then Abokobis throughout the enclave, all the way to Amasaman area there, that was also seen as 1. So you see, divide it based on particular criteria by looking at various segments and how they can be well served. And then also you look at how best you can situate various distribution centers, or what we call the wholesalers, around those areas, so that the head office, which was in around Circle at the time, if you needed some items, you don't come all the way. You have to work with some of these warehouses within those catchment areas, so you can indeed be effective. You can get to do timely delivery services to various customers and all. So definitely with this, you realize that there is a linkage between distribution and the transport that you indeed want to look at. Again, if you want to distribute out of the country, then you have to contact the freight forwarders, cargo services, etc., to look at how best that can also happen. That's also a link between that. Okay, so all these factors will have to be considered before effective distribution can be made. The nature of the good is even something that you should think about. Okay, and if you look at packaging and distribution, yes, you need to package in such a way that they can effectively distribute. Okay, you form packages in smaller consignments depending on the nature of the product and how quick you want to indeed move the product around. If there are tracking systems, yes, you have to track the products for effective distribution. So we can know whether customers have indeed received the goods and have signed that they've received it and all those things. So there's a definite linkage between distribution and transportation. Are we fine?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you okay, Usu?
Yes, please. Very well understood.
Any other questions, please? Very well, Usu. Great. Yes, any other questions? All right. Okay, so I said I have some notes, I have some PowerPoint presentations, course outline. I'll share that with your colleague, your course rep, and then it will be sent to you. Any final thoughts? All right, if there's none, then I wish you the best of afternoon and do have a wonderful time. We'll meet again to continue. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Have a blissful weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.